I remember being 17 years old, just 7 years ago, and going to the Gasparilla Festival of the Arts for the first time in my life. I passed by the emerging artist tents, and I remember thinking to myself, I want to come back to Tampa and apply as an emerging artist and hopefully getting in. My name is Hamilton Jones, and I am one of this year's emerging artists for the Gasparilla Festival of the Arts. To me, the stippling drawings are the very essence of what I do. And while I do consider myself a painter, I apply very much a painterly aesthetic and a way of thinking to my ink stipplings. I only have 3 of them for this festival, but each one takes anywhere from about 50 to 75 hours to complete. Rough calculation, I think each one has anywhere from about 400 to 550,000 individually drawn dots. Because of just the very nature of how long it takes, I very much feel the need to just put on my headphones and sit there and just dot away. I got my start in painting when I was about 15. From there, I got my degree in fine arts over at the University of Florida, where I specialized in painting. And it's really exciting. It's an amazing opportunity to be a part of this. This is something I've been thinking of and dreaming of ever since I really began painting, ever since I really got my start. One of the most exciting prospects about being an emerging artist and this festival is the opportunity to show art and the possibility of selling art. I mean, that is my goal, that is my dream, to sell art, to live off of that. And it's not just about making money, it's about just being able to provide for myself so that I can continue doing art full time, because right now I am a barista. Currently, I have all these mixed feelings of nervousness, excitement, fear, apprehension. This is my first time ever really displaying art. I'm working a full-time job and also doing my art on the side. And that's probably been the hardest part in the past 2 years in terms of really figuring out what it is to be an artist. And is this something that is worth doing? End of the day, I'll always be doing art, but the chance that this festival's really giving me and the possibility of selling it and really kickstarting my career is, to me, this is kind of like the first step in a large journey, and it begins right here. So I can only hope. I mean, that's just the best dream I could hope for, is that this really, just to sell one painting would be amazing. I can only imagine if I sold 2. So I've been living in Tampa, Florida my whole life, right here on Davis Island, and it's where I also currently reside. My studio also functions as a bedroom, so every single day that I want to do any form of art making, whether it's painting or stippling, I have to take my twin mattress and flip it up into my closet. I might not have a lot of possessions in here. To be surrounded by just the potential of all of this material and all that can happen with these art supplies, it makes every day worth it. Friday is the load-in day. Everyone's vying for parking spots. I don't even have a car. I honestly don't know what to expect. I've never done anything like this before. I'm gonna need a lot of coffee that day. A lot.
Painting here received a death blow. A gust of wind knocked over a piece of wood and it punctured right here. And so we're going to be holding a Viking memorial service really soon. We're going to put on a raft, light it on fire, and send it on the Hillsborough River come nighttime. So, we hardly knew ye. I took a 30-minute break to actually go eat some lunch, and I went outside of the emerging artist area and I saw the full length and the scope of this festival. That's when it really hit me of the magnitude of what this really means, and then seeing the number of people here and the number of artists here, it's overwhelming in the best possible way. The feedback that I've been getting is so positive. Everyone's been saying such good things, and I've actually already sold 2 paintings. I seriously couldn't have asked for a better start. This is pretty rad. This is awesome.
My name is Maxwell Williams. I'm an illustrator from Atlanta, Georgia. I work mostly in pen and ink, but do a little bit of collage as well. As an emerging artist, I don't have a lot of resources. They've been great about providing me with stuff. I had heard something from other artists about it being difficult to get into, so I looked it up and saw the Emerging Artist Program. No app fee, which was wonderful. That's so great for emerging artists again. That seemed like the perfect opportunity for me. You know, it's nothing, you got nothing to lose, you know, just to go for it. I feel honored to be a part of it.
My name is Nina Rivera. I do primarily traditional work, and so my favorite is mixed media. This is my first festival that I've ever been to, my first show in general. I was beside myself when I was accepted because it's just such an honor to me to be one of the 15 emerging artists. My parents were actually the ones who convinced me to do this because I'm like those people who lack the confidence and were really afraid to kind of jump into the art scene, and so it was with their encouragement that I just went for it, and I think that's what other people should do also. They should just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? I know that the art scene in Tampa has been growing and growing and growing, and I think the emerging artist is an incredible way to help the next generation. I definitely consider this like a major step in my artistic career, and I hope that other emerging artists feel like that way too, and maybe one day we'll be one of the main guys.
My real name is Terry Parson, but I go by Terry Navajo for my artwork. I'm an abstract painter. This is actually my very first big league festival. This is like the real deal. I know not every festival is this awesome, so it's like now I'm up here thinking, wow, this is like the best it could possibly get. I applied thinking I had no chance, not a shot, and I ended up getting that phone call, and it was kind of like, you know, that moment where the doors open and the sun's shining in and everything is exactly how it's supposed to be, and it was amazing. I actually cried for 2 days. So it's like, you don't put yourself down. Don't think that you can't do it, because it's so possible. Just putting yourself out there, making and doing something every day, whatever it is. If you're painting, drawing, sculpting, just do it every day.
The awards ceremony was really cool. I was standing right next to the emerging artist that did win, so it was really great to like see her reaction. It was actually really wonderful. She got teary-eyed. All the emerging artists were incredibly supportive. We're all like cheering each other on.
And the award that we've all been waiting for, the Raymond James Financial Best of Show Award. This award is for $15,000 and goes to Phil Singer.
I had a juror come in and look at my works, and I briefly explained it to them, and then they also said, okay, well, we want to pull this for the Galleria event, and that was really exciting. So the second that happened, I definitely felt a lot of like butterflies fluttering up in my chest and in my heart. That was a lot of fun just to have it picked.
I was really blown away by the emerging artists section of this festival, and the enthusiasm of those artists to be involved in this festival and to be chosen for it was just amazing to witness. They were so thrilled to be involved with the festival, and of course now hope that they will become part of the larger festival next year. And it was really nice to see artists starting out in their careers doing really interesting work and being supported by a festival like Gasparilla.
We relocated Emerging Artists, which is a program that we are all very excited about. It allows artists who have never shown in a show before or a juried show to get their chance to win an award like the other professional artists in the park, and we get some really great talent from all over the country.
We're always looking to improve the festival, new ideas, evolve. What we've done this year is move 2 of our most sought out programs to Kylie Garden.
Kylie is probably the biggest change we made for this year, and it's been wildly successful. It's been just about as busy as every other area of the park this year.
The Kylie Gardens exhibit this year pairs that community arts feel through programs like Karmada, but also feels a lot like the show that you experience in Curtis Hickson. So we've moved the emerging artists up there, and we make it feel visually like an extension of the show.
The weather this year has been fantastic. Obviously you can see
When we look out over this park, it's just tents galore and people are just amazed. I already had 2 people that I know that are going down this river in boats with their families and they're texting me, "Are you there? Are you there? It looks great from the river." So it's just appealing from all senses.
I do about 18 of these shows a year, and they run the gamut from some shows that seem like a step above a flea market to a show like this, which is one of the top shows. When you see the crowd that's here today, it's not just any other day here in Tampa. This is a special day. It's not just funnel cake and soda. You know, it's a real art festival. The people who are here, the booths are full. You know, there's a lot of other artists, emerging artists at this show, you know, who ask for advice. And I just think you need some kind of endurance to do this for a living. This has been a great weekend for me, and I've traveled great distance to good shows and had weekends that didn't work so well for me. But you just have to endure those. And there's an audience out there. There's a very wide, varied audience, and you have to find your audience.
This is absolutely like the first step in hopefully a much larger and continued journey that I hope to continue every single year. I think end of the day, it's just, especially being here and being away from the studio, it's about just having fun and bringing what I do out into the world and sharing with everybody.
Blow my blues away, yeah.